Welcome back to the Black Diamond Podcast, guys. I'm your host, Will White, and you're joined with me for another episode today. And we're going to talk about the Steven Crowder incident. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. All right, guys. Okay, a few announcements to make before we get into this episode. I'm still trying to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. So please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, check me out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I think I have a couple hundred followers on each platform. So, check me out over there, run it up. I've been creating a lot of reels, a lot of shorts, a lot of TikToks, and every platform has something different that you might like. Okay. So yeah, run it up, run those followers up over there. Also check me out on Spotify. That's where you can find the audio version and video version of this podcast. I'm still trying to upload all the episodes on there, so stay tuned for that. I'm also trying to bring on a team of other people to try to put out some more content for you guys and get some special guests on, So stay tuned for more episodes, more content. We're only going to get better over here, So, stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's talk about the Steven Crowder incident real quick. For everybody who doesn't know, Steven Crowder is an internet personality who is a right-wing type political type person. And he's got into some controversy along with the divorce of his wife. He's gotten into some controversy with a resurfaced clip of him and his pregnant wife at the time, back in 2021, having an argument. So, we're going to go over that. We're going to break that down. I'm going to play the video through first with no breaks or no stops so you guys can digest it for yourself. And then we're going to put the RP lens on. And then we're going to break it down through the RP lens. And we're going to really see where Steven went wrong and what you can do to avoid his mistakes. So, let's play the clip. And let's do it, guys. Let's watch this. All right.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There is no groceries. I would have to
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes, other than man. Other than man. You see the love of that. No. Other than man. No, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
You're not taking the car.
Steven,
You are not.
then I will ask someone to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not correct, Steven.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Steven, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're gonna take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
Steven,
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Steven.
The only way out of it is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline and respect.
Steven.
Yeah. There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Steven.
Hillary, you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Steven, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Steven, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. You need to just stop engaging for a little bit. Okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it. You go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right. Right in past. Become someone that's you day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. As a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna engage anymore. I'm gonna go. I'll get text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not. I'm not gonna.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to you. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm gonna
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dog? No, you take Betty.
Okay. Yeah. So, shout out to Imposter for reposting this video, I guess. But yeah, a few things before we, dive into this video. Once you start arguing with a pregnant woman, that's an automatic L. Like, you're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna in any way, shape, or form make that look good. The best thing you could have done as a man was just walk away. But there's a lot of like little hints in there. If you had your RP lens on, you were watching that could have picked up on, where there was manipulation, I would say, on both ends, and there's a lot of context missing from that video, but we'll talk about that more when we play the second time. There's some skips. I don't know if you picked up on that, but there's also a lot of context, like where he says, "Oh, put on the gloves." I believe they were talking about dog medicine. She wouldn't put on gloves to give the dog medicine because she was pregnant at the time. Fair enough, whatever. But yeah, as a man, why are you arguing with your pregnant wife? But yeah, that's just, you just don't do that. Just walk away, leave the situation, you know. But yeah, let's play the video again. And let's break it down. Let's break down the video.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You were not taking the car. Because
okay. We're gonna pause right here. All right. So this is 2021, guys. Remember, this is still the height of COVID and lockdown. So a whole bunch of craziness and madness was going on. I don't know why he restricted her from taking the car, but you got to keep in mind, this is not 2023. This is 2021, where we had the protests going on. There was possible looting going on. It was dangerous outside. It was dangerous. Things were uncertain. So maybe for some reason he was trying to protect her. He didn't want her to take the car, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But take that into context that this is 2021. This is not 2023. So things were a lot different back then for all those who remember.
You refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There's no groceries. I would have to.
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's not unreasonable, but I'll go do it. How about
okay, right there. All right. So if you watch this video for your own, and I'm gonna try to get rid of it, but if you look at the timestamp, it jumps almost a minute at this point. So there's a minute worth of footage that we're actually missing. Now, I don't know what was said in that footage, but you can only assume that the person who leaked this video did not want that minute included in this video because it might possibly make the woman look bad, you know? Um, but for some reason, it was just not included in this clip, but everything else was included in this clip. So there's a minute worth of footage that we're missing.
How you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes, other than that, other than that, you see love of respect. No, other than that, no, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
You're not taking the car.
Steven,
You are not.
then I
taking
will
the car.
ask them to pick you up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not correct, Steven.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Steven, I can't.
Remember, guys, he's saying you can't take the car, get an Uber. I don't know what he was trying to do, but this is 2021. This is not 2023. So there were confinements on both ends here, and the world was in a very uncertain place.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't go. I can't be home. You're
2021. Couldn't go anywhere. Lockdown.
gonna take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
Now, to this point, she seems very anxious, and she seems like she just wants space. He probably should have just given her that. But at the same time, nobody's perfect. He looks very anxious and stressed out at the same point. So, I mean, but no excuse for how you behave and react towards your pregnant wife. Just got to keep that in mind. If she's stressed and you're stressed, it's probably not a good time to have a conversation like this.
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Steven.
The only way out of it is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good.
Ooh. He said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. And she said we're at an impasse. Oh, man. So she can't offer discipline and respect now? Is that what we're talking about here? No.
Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Steven.
Yeah. There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Steven.
Hillary, you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Steven, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Steven.
Whenever when someone says, oh, I love you, but that negates everything that they said previous to the but statement. So that's a clear manipulation tactic right there. Should have just been, I love you, and I want to do this. But she said, but.
He's sick.
So really, she just wanted to call him abusive.
Watch it.
He's sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit. Okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it. You go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't like the fact that you said I don't love you. Like I said, nobody's perfect. He was probably heated and angry at the time of the moment. But have you ever met a person who just love bombs you to death? Where they're never going to take accountability, but they're just going to keep saying, I love you. I love you. I love you so much. But this is just so much for me. So you got to be careful of that too. The love bombing, it's another manipulation tactic that people are going to use to make you feel pity for them, to get them on your side, to get them on their side. So.
Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. It's not fair, and it's disingenuous.
It is.
Hillary, you're right. We're at an impasse. Become someone See me, day in and day out, worthy of life, worthy. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife.
As a wife.
Hillary, come on now.
I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna engage anymore. I'm gonna go. I'll get text me what you need. I'll get you the TV. I I love you. I'm committed to you.
She said, "I love you. I'm committed to you," but she ended up divorcing him. What a shocker!
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not. I'm not gonna.
Are you committed
I'm
enough
not
to those
gonna do
things?
that.
You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to it. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm gonna.
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dogs? Don't you take Betty?
So I think what why he's putting so much emphasis on walking the dogs and putting on some gloves is that maybe that was one of her primary responsibilities at the time that they agreed upon, and now she's changing the contract. I don't know, but to him, walking the dog and putting on gloves to give the dog their medicine is something he keeps bringing up. So he keeps emphasizing that point. Walk the dogs, put on some gloves. Um, like I said, he is the breadwinner in this family. He's the internet personality. So, she doesn't really have to do too much. But maybe she just wanted to change the contract and didn't want to make that her responsibility. Either way, there was some miscommunication there, and yeah, things did not go as planned. So yeah, guys, if you're living with baby moms right now or your wife is pregnant, one thing I can say is never argue with her. Especially in during their pregnancy term, like their emotions could be all over the place. You don't know what you're gonna get. You know what you're gonna deal with. Try to keep things as peaceful as possible. Come on, man. It's the mother of your child. Keep it peaceful. All right. Where did Steven go wrong in this entire situation? Right. I think it's clear to say that he went wrong arguing with his wife, especially when she's pregnant. Um, as a man, the only real thing you can control is how you react to other people's emotions and their comments and their feelings. You can only control how you react to those things. And we can clearly see he reacted in a very negative way. He was very emotional himself. You can even hear in his voice. At some point, his voice went, "Ooh!" he got that girly voice in him. You want to make sure you keep that under control when you're talking to a woman. You want to make sure your tone of your voice is low, that you're speaking clearly. You're not co- combobulating your words or messing up a lot, especially during an argument. Also, cursing. I don't know about you guys, but I do not like when a woman curses, and I do not like to curse at women. I like to curse when I'm speaking out into like the public and making a point. But I do not like cursing at women, especially when it's someone that I'm interested in or someone that I'm dating. And raising your voice and getting all high pitched. You don't want to do any of that, man. So first thing you want to do is just never argue with your wife or your especially when she's pregnant, your baby moms or anybody you're dealing with, like, and she's dealing with the child. You don't want to argue with them. Their emotions are all over the place, and their emotions could be affecting your emotions. And you want to be the person who has that all under control at all times. Right? You never want to let that bother you and get that out of your frame. You don't want to let it destroy who you are, your character. Okay. Next, yeah, he let his emotions get the best of him and the best of this clip that we've seen here. Like I said, his voice got all high pitched. His tone was very angry and very demanding. Like no woman wants to deal with that. No man should ever allow himself to become that. As a man, you need to be able to control your emotions. You know, uh, all these women I interview, what do they say they want the most? Emotional intelligence. That means you're intelligent enough to control how you're going to react. And I'll tell you why they want that. They want that because they themselves are not sure how they are going to react to certain things. So they want a man that is confident and sure of himself enough to know how he is going to react to how she reacts. For example, if your woman explodes in an argument, she gets all fiery and she gets all hot and she starts cursing and she starts yelling, she wants to know that her man is not going to do the same to her. She wants to know that her man is going to be cool, calm, and collected and is going to be able to bring her back to her peaceful state and not make her angry. Take her out of that angry state. Deal with her emotions intelligently. It's actually so when you break down emotional intelligence, you have to get this right. You have to understand that you are being smart with your emotions. You're being intelligent with how you react to other people's actions. Like I said before, as a man, the only control and power you have is your reactions to other people's actions. Okay. And Stephen failed there. He failed horribly, but we're going to learn from his mistakes. All right. He did not maintain frame, guys. It's so important to maintain frame nowadays. And what is frame? Frame is your masculine presence, that cool, calm, collected person that you know you are. The person that does not react to yelling with more yelling. You're going to be the person that allows the other person to get into their emotions while nothing phases you. You're going to be collected. You're going to be calm. And then you're going to think about how you can react and make them see where they were wrong. Okay. So when someone gets you out of that frame, your masculine frame, right? For example, someone yells at you and you start yelling back. You have to pick up on it immediately. You have to be able to say, damn, I'm out of frame. I didn't maintain frame for this 1 second. And you have to collect your thoughts again and come back. Come back to who you know you are. And listen to the other person. You have to be quiet and just listen to the other person so that when you talk, it actually holds value. Because if you both are just yelling at each other, there's going to be no points being made. Nobody's listening to one another. So it's better to just listen, let the other person get their thoughts and their emotions out, and then you react to that, not with yelling, but with the opposite, a cool, calm, collected tone and intellectual point. Now, if the other person is not allowing you to get that point out, the only thing you can do in that situation is to stop engaging. Whether you're just listening completely and you're not saying anything back, or you're just listening, letting them get their feelings and their emotions and their thoughts out, or you reach the point where you just have to leave the situation. Sometimes other people are not going to let you get your point out. They're not going to let you express what you're thinking. And the only thing you can do is just leave the situation. Unfortunately, that's how it is sometimes. But you have to maintain frame. You cannot react the same way. You can't react to yelling with more yelling. You can't react to anger with more anger. Especially when it comes from someone you're intimate with, someone that you're trying to date, someone that you're trying to see. You don't ever want to lose frame. You always want to maintain frame. And I know how hard it can be, especially dealing with modern day women and modern day men who just don't understand the reality of the world. It's hard. People get under your skin sometimes, but you have to see everybody's point. Okay. You have to see where that person is coming from so you can help them see your point. If you can't see where that person is coming from, then there's no way they're going to be able to see where you're coming from. All right. Last point I want to make is Stephen did not vet his wife properly. Mm, 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 mm. Perfect. Why do I say that? Why do I say Stephen did not vet his wife properly? I say that because there's certain things I'm pretty sure he saw in this woman that, he could have dodged. That he could have dodged. He could have dodged. He's a right wing conservative person, after all. And I don't know how they met, but for someone to say, "I'm committed to you, I love you, I'm committed to you," and then divorce you 2 years later, that's not commitment, is it? Is that commitment? I don't know the ins and out of their relationships, but I do believe that love and marriage is about commitment. It's about loyalty. Nowadays, marriages are just taken for, oh, we made it 10 years. It was a successful marriage. No, a successful marriage is a marriage that lasts a lifetime, not just 10 years. But as we see from, examples and just the stats that we have on divorce rates, women are leaving the marriages overwhelmingly. And the commitment and the loyalty, that duty that used to be there in marriages is not there anymore. So that's why you really need to be careful with how you vet the women you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And there's so much risk, there's so much risk. Your assets, your name, the embarrassment, it being publicized, especially when you're internet personality. This is going to come out. It's going to be publicized. So you have to be careful. I mean, where is it safe? I think he's a right wing Christian and a conservative at that. Where is it safe? I thought those people were supposed to be the ones who had the longest marriages and the longest relationships because they hold the same values. Is religion not enough of a boundary and a standard anymore to keep a marriage going? Then what is? So I really think we need to take a deeper look into how we're choosing these women for marriage, guys. You got to stop giving out commitment like it's nothing. You got to see yourself as a company. And this person coming to your life is going to be an employee, and they have to really interview for this position. And you have to really put them through the trials and tribulations to make sure that they're in this for the long haul. The ups and downs, the tough times, the good times. They're gonna have to roll some punches, hypothetically speaking, not literally.
Police! Help! Help!
So,
Police!
yeah, there's gonna be some tough times, but there's gonna be some good times for sure if you're with the right person. So, what can we do as men to avoid this situation? Huh? What can we do? What do you think we can do? Huh? Leave a comment. What do you think we can do to avoid a situation like this? I want to hear your thoughts, guys. Leave a comment below. I try to reply to all my comments, by the way. Hopefully I make some clips of this video. But yeah, leave a comment. Tell me what you think that Steven could have done better and that we can do as men together to make sure that we avoid this situation altogether. I know a lot of people are against marriage nowadays, but ultimately, everybody wants kids and a wife. They want that home with the white picket fence. You can't be RP forever. You gotta turn purple pill, man. You gotta turn to that purple pill someday. It's not where you fully become a blue pill simp or whatever. But you gotta become purple pill, man. If you want that wife and kids, I mean, that's the next step. I mean, what else are we doing this for if we're not going to procreate and pass these lessons on to the next generation of men and women out there? We have to band together, stay together, make sure we pass down this knowledge that we have. This channel is all about self improvement at the end of the day. It's not about bashing Steven. It's not about bashing his wife or bashing women in general. It's about self improvement. Everything I do is to teach you how you can improve within finances, fitness, and also dating, and making the right decisions and choices as a man as you navigate this new terrain. This is all new. This new age of technology and the amount of options and content that's out there for everybody to consume. You have to be very careful with what you do with your time. And you have to understand the people that you're with. I mean, this happened during 2021, right? So we just finished COVID. Well, no, we were still in the height of COVID, and we were in the midst of a lockdown. So the world was a different place in 2021. It was a different world. And I hope it never happens again. But yo, anything can happen. We can enter that scenario again. So you really have to be careful with who you choose to spend your time with. I actually think divorce rates increased after COVID because they were just like a lot of people were sitting down with their partner in these enclosed places for such a long time, and they realized that they did not know this person that they were with. 'Cause you got to imagine, like a lot of people used to just go to work 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday. So that leaves you roughly um around like 5 hours because you have to be in bed by like 10, 11. So you're roughly around 5 to 6 hours of you just spending time with the person that you're in a relationship with. But now that everybody's job is remote, most jobs are remote, not everybody's job, most jobs are remote, and they had to spend so much time with each other in that little small apartment or small house or whatever, a big house, that they did not know the person that they were with. And maybe that's what was happening with Steven Crowder in his situation, his wife. They were realizing that they didn't really know each other, and that they're like, who is this person that I married? She's not doing her wifely duties. He's emotionally abusing me. They did not know each other. But at the end of the day, the commitment was not there. And Steven said something crazy. He said he did not know divorce was allowed in Texas like that. He didn't know that his wife could just divorce him like that. And it just goes to show how uninformed men are when it comes to making huge decisions like marriage. We're so ill informed that the whole process is disingenuous. The whole process is not positive for us. It used to be okay. Oh, I'm a man making 50,000. My girl's making 50,000. Combined income, we're making 100,000. We can buy a house. We can start a family. We could do something great. Those times have changed, my friend. You're not finding people who. It's going to be very hard to find people who are willing to have that same mindset as you. A lot of a lot of people, a lot of women want someone, honestly, who is better than them in every way, shape, or form. They want somebody who's going to protect them, want somebody who's going to provide for them. They want somebody who they know they can rely on when times get tough. A lot of women don't want to go through tough times with a man. They rather just go through those tough times by themselves. So you have to be very picky with who you let into your life. You have to be very picky. All right. So, what do we do to avoid the situation that Steven was in? You have to learn your triggers and what your partner's triggers are. So, as a man, you have to understand what gets under your skin, what makes you get angry. And then when you have that, you also need to figure out what makes your wife angry. Could be her looks, it could be her weight, it could be anything. Could just be her, she stubbed her toe on that day. You have to understand what your triggers are and what her triggers are. Okay, it's the main thing. And once you understand that, you'll then be able to navigate what confrontations you do that you think are worth pursuing, and the confrontations that are just not worth pursuing. That's those situations where you just have to maintain frame and just let it go. Because sometimes the battle is not worth it. You lose a battle, but you'll win the war. Okay? You have to figure out which of those situations are actually worth it. So if she's saying something really triggering, that really gets under your skin, and you're just like, damn, she's getting me. Now, I'm not saying just let it happen, but you have to maintain frame, right? So maybe you want to make her believe that she won the battle, right? And then when everything's under control, maybe her emotions are a little bit better. You never know, she might just apologize. And you need to be at a point and at a situation where you can clearly explain yourself and how you felt at that point in time to her without it turning into another argument. But you need to be able to express yourself in a way where you still have frame over your emotions. Okay. Yeah. This one really stuck with me because I'm a tech person myself. So I have a whole bunch of tech in my house, cameras, things like that. You have to be in control of what's being recorded in your house. It amazes me how this just got leaked with 1 minute of footage missing. That means somebody downloaded the footage, doctored the footage, edited it, took out whatever they wanted, and then released it to the public. Okay, you have to be in control of what's being recorded in your house at the end of the day. It's 2023, guys. You can't have a Ring camera and everybody just have access to it and they're able to just download whatever they want. It's going to be easily manipulated. Anybody can point a good conversation and spin it in a way where you're going to look like the bad guy, and the conversation could have resolved itself in a positive way at the end of the day. Okay, so you have to be careful with that. People can manipulate the truth. Okay, and they can manipulate footage and make you become the villain and make themselves seem like the victim. So you have to be in control of what's being recorded in your house and and if you can, where you're going to be recorded and what kind of information is being tracked about you. Okay. Lastly, all right. We're going to talk about vetting women, right? We're going to talk about vetting women and what some things you can do to vet women properly. First thing I would say is that you need to establish clear boundaries and expectations for the relationship before you even get into the relationship. So if there's certain things as a man you want done, you need to make sure that you relay that information properly to her so she understands, like, hey, this is how I live my life. You're coming into my life. These are the boundaries and expectations I expect from a girlfriend. If you don't ever have that conversation, then you can't put the blame on her for changing. Yeah, guys, we're out of here.